Hello, in this video we're gonna do something like this. Very similar to what we did in the previous video, except we're gonna break the background into layers, and then we're gonna scroll each of the layers at a different speed so that it appears as if some layers are further away, some are closer. So there's it looks a lot better. So let's get started. It's gonna be built on top of the previous projects, the projects from the previous video. So this is the exact same thing. This is project we had before. What I want to do is go to the Google Slides with all the classes, copy in the header file for scene and then the CPU file for scene. I already did it, so there they are. Copy them in, and then just let me talk about one more thing from last video that I forgot to mention is that once you're done with the background texture, you're done with this background, you have to release the resources. So the way to do that is background unload texture. And then wait, sorry, this is in the wrong spot. You should create a new function, call it release resources, and this is where you should put all of your unload textures of the releasement of resources here. Call this function at the end of the program, or anywhere in the program where you want to unload textures that you'll never use again. So I close this, you see it was unloaded. So but now let's start with the scenes. So we don't need the background anymore, just delete all the backgrounds. The scene is actually just a combination of backgrounds that is like 3 vectors of background, basically. So get rid of these function calls. So let's create a scene variable. Oh yeah, make sure to include the header file for scene. And then the scene, visualize it. And then here's how to add backgrounds to the scene. You do scene.add background layer, and then you have to load textures in. Okay, so what we should do now is let's use the same asset we used in the previous projects. So extract it, and then this time instead of the PNG with all of the layers combined together, I want the individual layers. So it's here, all of this. Just copy this whole folder, cut it, and then go to your projects. It's this one for me, and then inside the asset folder, just paste it. And then let's go into it. Let's rename these layers to what we want them to be. I always start with the layer in the very back. So this one's actually already ordered for us. So this is the one in the very back. It's gonna be, I'm gonna just rename it to 0. This is 1, and then they just queue. Okay. Alright, I'll just start from here. I don't know why it reordered for me. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, looks good. So yeah, they're ready. So load texture, and then you put in the path for the asset. Layers, and then 0.png. Oh yeah, and let's create the variables. Factor 2 for position, which is 0, and then factor 2 of size, just for 0, just 0 for now, and then what else do we need for background? So it's distance and scale. Distance for now, let's just do distance of 1, and then for scale, let's do 1 as well, and then we pass them in. Oh, and you're passing in a whole background, so sorry, background, and these are the parameters for the constructor background. And do be mindful that this is a background pointer. Yeah, this background layer, it takes in a pointer to background. So load offsets, distance, scale. This one is ready. And then let me check the footers one more time. I think it's this one, yeah. So all the way to 9, these are all backgrounds, and then 10 and 11, those are grounds. There's 3 categories for adding a layer. There's a background layer, there's a ground layer, and there's a foreground layer. So let me actually just run this just to make sure like this is actually loading in properly. Okay, yeah, texture loaded successfully, so it did load in properly. So wait, that's not ground. 2 more, and then 2 more for the grounds, 10 and 11. And make sure you change the function call to ground layer. Okay, so this is the line, so let's just call that out, and then we do c.draw, and pass the camera position. And make sure to release resources once you're done with the scene. So scene dot delete layers. Oh, actually no, you just invoke the destructor, and that releases all of the resources. So let's just see what we have. Yeah, it has the background, and right now it looks exactly the same as what we had in the previous video. And that's because we didn't give a distance to each of the layers yet. We're gonna do that right now. So this is distance parameter, and then so the lower the value, the closer the background is. If it's 1, it's gonna be a 1-to-1 ratio with the camera and moves at the same speed as the camera. If it's 2 or greater value, like greater than 1 is gonna be further away. The greater the value, the further away, and therefore the slower they scroll, the closer. If it's closer, meant to have a lower value than 1, from 0 to 1. So like let me just put them down. It's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then both of these should be 1 because they're the ground. They move at the same speed as the camera. So like now it looks like it's 3D, and then there's still a vertical shifts. For some assets, vertical shifts works, but a lot of them it doesn't work. So you just have to turn it off in the draw function. And the way to do that is just to do true the second parameter. So it's camera position, and then remove vertical shifts. Do that for true, and then padding is the amount of time the background is repeated. If the background is too small, you can see some blank spaces. Increase this number to like 3 or 5. And then the tints color is just a tints color over the whole background. So now there's no vertical shifts, and that is gone. It's too bad that this asset doesn't have a foreground, but we could use the trace. This one is like the leaves of the trace. we can use this as a foreground as an example. Take that out, copy it, and then take it out, and then change this function to add foreground layer. So now this will be added as a foreground. It wouldn't be drawn. Foregrounds are drawn separately, so let's go over here and then see draw foreground, and then we have the same stuff inside. Like this. And really, separating them really just allows us to put the draw functions of characters inside here, and then the characters can be hidden by the bushes in the foreground. So let me just do something as an example. Draw a circle, and then I'm going to draw a circle at the position of the mouse. Position, or get mouse X. Get mouse Y. Radius, let's do like 50, and then color, let's do red. So let's see. So yeah, there's a ball, and then it's hidden by the leaves, and yeah. So let me see what else can this class do. This is the same idea as the set background above line. You just pass in a y value, and then it sets off the entire layer above or below that line. And then the top of the ground and the bottom of the ground. These are just values we just specify exactly where the top of the ground is. Like for here, the top of the ground is over here, the bottom of the ground is over here, and then those values could be very helpful for determining like where the platform is, where the ground is for your characters. Okay, so I'm gonna post the code and sources you hit in the comment section below, but then you have to copy in the scenes yourself.